think we are live. We are live. Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started in just a second. This is really out of the ordinary. Doing a Facebook Live this early in the morning. What in the world could be going on? Why would I do that? Today is a good day, and the day is just getting started. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are starting off your Thursday morning pretty well. I know I am. I woke up to good news, more good news, and even more good news. And I love days like that. So we'll give it a second. We have more people hop on and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm actually behind. I have not uploaded the rest of my Facebook Live videos. Late night crypto talk. Hope you guys liked it last night and the night before. The night before we talked about Bitcoins, Russia, and porn stars. I don't know why that one was the most viewed. I talked about porn stars and Russians. So how's everybody doing this morning? John Hammer, it's a cryptorific day. You're absolutely right. Good morning, Barbara and Ken, Patricia Mahfouz, Michael Robinson, Gerald. Good morning, everybody. This is out of, not normal, not typical, doing a crypto live first thing in the morning. But why do we do this? Why? Because we woke up, well, good afternoon for the rest of you guys on the East Coast. We woke up this morning to historic news. If you go to, oh my gosh, if you go to any source that can tell you what the current Bitcoin price is, as I am speaking, it is now $5,297 per coin. This is the highest it has ever been. It's a $1,000 jump from last month so far. It's almost at 5,300. It didn't just cross 5,000. It blew past it. Wait a minute. I gotta look at my account. How much did I make? I made a couple $100 last night. With this sucker just exploding right now. Kelly, you say 5,316. I don't know what site you're looking at. I'm looking at, on Coinbase, it's 5,297. On CoinMarketCap, let me see, what is that saying? CoinMarketCap has it at 5,003. Oh, you're right. 5,310. Whoa. Whoa. That's 500. I think when I went to sleep last night, it was at about $4,800 when I went to sleep. We're talking about $500 increase while I was sleeping. I made a couple $100 while I was sleeping. That's just on that. Not to mention the other good news is that a business that we're investing in, BitConnect, became the number 10 cryptocurrency on CoinMarketCap with the coin at, what? It's at $183 a coin now? $183 a coin. When we first started, I think it was like 105 or 106. It dropped down to $60, and now it's at $183 a coin. And people wonder why we are investing in it. Only the people that's not in the game, want to have something to say. But look at that. It passed IOTA. It passed Ethereum Classic. Yeah, right, Jeremy. It was only 130 a week ago. It's above Qtum. Oh my go. I'm really tripping that it's above Ethereum Classic because I am mining Ethereum Classic right now. I need to make some adjustments. Ethereum Classic 1.1 billion cap, BitConnect 1.3 billion, Bitcoin 88. When I went to sleep last night as well, because I did late night crypto talk, Bitcoin market cap was at 80 billion. 79, 80 billion. Right now it's at 88 billion. It gained $8 billion while we slept. $8 billion. If you're still sitting on the sideline, scratching your ass trying to figure out how to poke holes in this thing, thinking that it's tulip mania, that it's going to crash. I feel sorry for you. You're going to be one of those people that's in the woulda, coulda, shoulda camp 5 years from now. I wish I would have listened. I wish I would have done something. I wish I would have taken action. I could have back then, but the car broke down, or I had to pay a bill, or I listened to a seven-figure earner in the MLM industry who called this a scam, and I just kept paying my auto ship every single month, listening to him pushing some weight loss and lotion potion and cream pills. I didn't get involved in crypto. Oh yeah, another good day is the fact that I do my own trading. I can't believe people are saying that trading cryptocurrencies is a scam. Really? I made 10% on a trade last night, doing it myself. The auto trading systems that's out there, the best I've seen is maybe 1.8, 1.9%. I make far more money trading myself. So anyone that wants to call the auto trading bots scams, you don't know what you're talking about. Are there scam companies? Absolutely. But this is where education comes into play, so you know how to navigate and how to find the right ones. There's always risk, always. But there's something that's called good risk. You've got to be able to know what to look for. But at the end of the day, if you do learn the skill set that we learned, and we learned it from iCoin Pro, it's very rare that on any live that I do, I mention any names of any of the programs I'm involved with. I already mentioned BitConnect, and I'm mentioning iCoin Pro. Because of the skill set I learned from iCoin Pro, I made 10% on a trade last night. That's just a fact. Because of investing in BitConnect, I've made $20,000 in the last 50-something days. That is a fact. I mean, take it how you want. But $88 billion Bitcoin? All right, I want to go into an article, and this is actually a couple of days old. I just kept getting pushed back by new information that kept popping up. Here's this one article. It says, this is 2 days ago. Minimalist family sells everything for Bitcoin, hoping it pays off. Some people are very passionate about Bitcoin, and then some people are really big believers in the cryptocurrency revolution. One such person is 39-year-old Didi Taihudu, a Netherlands native that's been selling everything he owns, including his home and valuable belongings, for Bitcoin. Now, I ain't going that far, homie, I'm not going that far. This family is selling everything they own. They're making a name for themselves across social media within the cryptocurrency community. This past summer, what's his first name again? Because I can't pronounce it. Didi. Yeah, this past summer, Didi and his wife decided to sell a lot of their valuable belongings, such as their home, children's toys, and vehicles, so that they can accumulate Bitcoin. The family currently resides in a campground, located in the Netherlands. But the Didi family often travels around the world living a minimalist lifestyle. So this is just them. This is their lifestyle. People will say, "You're crazy." Didi explains during an interview this week. But we are an adventurous family and are going to gamble for a moment to live minimalist lives. If you never take a risk, life is boring. I can agree to that. Didi believes that Bitcoin will transform modern society and thinks this decentralized asset will revolutionize global finance. All right, well, this is a minimalist, selling everything. Nobody you don't know. But Mark Cuban just said the same thing the other day. Richard Branson said the same thing. Bill Gates said the same thing. Silicon Valley's saying the same thing. John McAfee is saying the same thing. You know who else said it? Jamie Dimon, who even said that Bitcoin is going to be worth at least $100,000 per coin, and he is publicly a critic. Well, this guy's taking it seriously. If I had known that 4 years later it would have been 10 times more valuable, then of course I wouldn't have sold everything. But then I thought, I have to make a profit. Interesting. Well, here's another article that I've been dying to go over. You know what? I'm going to read this one because this is a negative guy. This is kind of funny. As Moret wants me to approve somebody, I'm doing a Facebook Live right now. doing a live. 1 sec. I guess just I can multitask. Girls can multitask far better than us men. All I have to do is click a button. So yeah, I can do that for her. We did it. We are officially top 10. Oh, she's late on that. We already know. Let me play. Gotcha. All right. So back to, yeah, she's excited. She's in the UK and she's just realizing Bitcoin or BitConnect is number 10 on the market. All right. So here's a critic, and I'm saving these articles for these guys. Bitcoin price bubble will collapse. Ex-IMF economist Kenneth Rogoff. And I will put this link to this article in the chat, so you can also have it and read along with it. So let's see here. All right, what does this guy got to say? Harvard professor and renowned economist Kenneth Rogoff, who in the past argued for a reduction in the amount of physical cash, recently said that the Bitcoin price will collapse due to continued regulatory pressure from governments. This is where he's wrong. See, because of continued regulatory pressure from governments, the Bitcoin price is going to rise. He completely misses the entire point of Bitcoin. It's decentralized. There's no one who can control it. That's the appeal to it. And the more the government tries to control something, the more people are going to run the opposite way. It's like having kids. The more you tell a kid, no, you can't do something, the more the kid's going to want to do it. You think this Harvard professor, sometimes you can have so much education that it makes you stupid to common sense. He says this, and this article came out 2 days ago. Well, yeah, 2 days ago, the 10th. Let me keep reading this. Really so far off base. My best guess is that in the long run, the technology will thrive. That's correct. But the price of Bitcoin will collapse. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. How are you going to have the technology thrive, but that Bitcoin is going to collapse? He doesn't know what he's talking about here. Let me continue. After briefly mentioning Bitcoin's 1,600% surge in the past 24 months, Rogoff argued that what will happen from here will depend on governments, wrong, and how they react to the cryptocurrency. Per his own, see, this is why I've been doing Facebook Lives about geopolitics, like Russia. When you've got Japan, who's now currently leading the world in cryptocurrency exchanges because China acted a fool, when you've got South Korea, when you have India, when you have Russia, when you have countries that's making this legal, that wants to get away from the US dollar, that's embracing this, not just technology, but the cryptocurrency. It doesn't matter what the United States government does as far as wanting to regulate it. You look at Venezuela, their fiat currency has inflated beyond recognition, and that people are mining Bitcoin just to survive. He doesn't understand the concept. I don't know where he's basing this off of, but let me continue. He just acknowledged, yeah, it rolls 1,600%, but it will fall. Yeah, didn't you guys say that when it rolls 50%, and then 200%, and then 1,000%, now 1,600%? You're still saying the same thing? Per his own words, a technology superior Bitcoin could easily emerge. He's wrong. Bitcoin is not the technology. Blockchain is the technology. Bitcoin is just a coin on the cryptocurrency exchange. It's the largest coin amongst hundreds of them. This is why you've got to be educated on what cryptocurrency is all about. Let's continue here. However, Rogoff argued that it is folly to think the number one cryptocurrency will be allowed to displace fiat currency. Nobody said it's going to displace it. What's going to happen is people are going to choose to use it over the US dollar. I mean, you can't stop people from doing that. As governments may accept a few small transactions with cryptocurrency, but they won't take large-scale anonymous payments, which make it a lot more difficult to collect tax. He's correct that it's going to make it difficult to collect taxes and track down criminal activity, but there's already criminal activity and tax evaders in the US dollar. So you can't use that argument that Bitcoin is going to collapse because of criminal activity. Get out of here with that. Bitcoin or cryptocurrency market share is what, 150, 160 billion, while fiat currency is in the trillions. But you're concerned about cryptocurrency or criminal activity in the crypto space? Get out of here. In other words, what he's trying to say, and he's doing a poor job saying it, but he has a legitimate argument here. What he's trying to say is that as more people begin to use cryptocurrency for day-to-day transactions, moving money, and not even moving money to their banks because they can keep it in their crypto accounts and live off of it. You can have a BitPay card or something like that and make all your purchases. People are buying houses, cars, food, clothes. Stores are starting to accept cryptocurrencies as payments. You never have to use the bank anymore. That the government can't track that money. They can't tax you on it because you don't have to report that. Well, technically you don't. Legally you should. But they can't track it. So his argument is that the government is going to try to find a way to shut it down. Well, you can't shut down cryptocurrency. You're going to have to shut off the entire internet to shut it off. There's no CEO. There's no building. There's no company. There's no one to go after. The only thing you can do is have, what's the word? You might disrupt it. And the way you can disrupt it is if the banks and all of them attempt to block any type of cryptocurrency transactions coming through their banks. If they try to block or make some type of executive order that businesses are not allowed by law to take any cryptocurrency as an exchange, they can attempt to do something like that. But they're behind the 8 ball on that because businesses are already accepting it. It makes sense for them to. They make more money doing so. There's no chargebacks. They don't have to worry about the merchant accounts. Bank of America already has 22 patents on blockchain technology. The government's already creating the Fed coin. This is a worldwide thing. You can't stop it. You can try to slow it down and make it difficult, which is why you should embrace it instead of trying to stop what cannot be stopped. Bill Gates even said, Bitcoin can't be stopped. All right, here's something else he said, because I'm tired of hearing him. The long history of currency tells us that what the private sector innovates, the state eventually regulates and appropriates if they can control it. I have no idea where Bitcoin's price will go over the next couple of years, but there is no reason to expect virtual currency to avoid a similar fate. All right, enough of him. Let's go to another article that I have not been able to get to over the last couple of days. This is from a billionaire Wall Street investor. Now, who am I going to listen to? A Harvard professor or a billionaire investor who's... See, the problem, if you'll go back and read Rich Dad Poor Dad, the problem with teachers is that they're teaching you on something, but they're not in the real world making it happen. When I went to Morehouse, I was a business major at first. And I had to change my major. I haven't told this story in years, but I had to change my major to political science for 2 reasons. One, I couldn't pass, Calculus 2. I failed it 3 semesters in a row. But another, I got into it with one of our professors. And one of our professors was teaching us, I remember this course, about how to become rich in the business world. And he was giving all these facts and figures and things you need to do. And I asked a question. I said, I've got a question. What businesses do you own that you've applied this knowledge to and have become successful? And he said, none. I don't own any of those businesses. I said, okay, who do you know that has applied this information that you're teaching that has become wealthy and rich? Is it any of our students? Who's done it? Well, I don't have that. I'm just letting you know the basics. I said, so In other words, what you're teaching to me is theory, not applicable. Because what I'm hearing from millionaire people that I know, they're doing the opposite of what you're teaching us. They don't follow by the rules. They don't have a rule book on how to get wealthy. They're hustlers. And when the law changes, they change with the law. They find ways around it. Yeah, he didn't like that answer too much from me, and I had to change. So when Harvard guy wants to talk about, yeah, it's up 1,600%, but it's going to crash eventually. But let me listen to what an actual billionaire has to say. He says, Bitcoin price will reach $10,000 in 6 to 10 months. This came out 2 days ago. Bitcoin price is at its highest it's ever been right now. Let me hit refresh on CoinMarketCap since this thing continued to go up. $5,315 right now. All right, what does this billionaire have to say? Former Wall Street giant turned billionaire, private investor Mike Novogratz has said, oh, I thought I was in live for a second. Mike Novogratz would not be surprised to see Bitcoin price hitting above $10,000 in early 2018. Michael Novogratz, a retired Wall Street investor and noted cryptocurrency advocate who is starting a $500 million crypto hedge fund. Are you serious? $500 million crypto hedge fund? With $150 million of his own money. Those of you out there, and you talking about, $100? Man, is this a scam? Because I don't know, $1,000. You want me to spend $10,000? Man, I don't know. It might be a scam. This dude's dropping $150 million of his own money. Scared money don't make money. If you scared, get out the game and go back to your 9-to-5 job. This ain't for you. This is risky. The entire industry is. But this is how wealth is generated, from taking risks. So, $150 million of his own money was speaking to CNBC when he revealed he was an early investor in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of different ICOs. Early investor! While we're just now figuring out the billionaires have been getting positioned for years. Follow the money. You're just now hearing about it because you might have driven by somewhere and saw a Bitcoin ATM machine. You might see somebody posting about it on Facebook. You might hear a friend at the water cooler talking about they invested in Bitcoin. Understand, the billionaires have been playing this game. It's the rest of us peasants who are late to the party. But even though that we're late, we can still change our lives within 12 months, no matter where you are right now, from a multitude of different programs that you can be a part of. Not just what I'm doing. There's many of them out there. Get back to whoever's inviting you here. I'm sure they're a part of something that can make you a whole lot of money in a short period of time. Not from get rich quick, but from being smart and investing properly. Let me continue. I'll go get off track starting to preach. Asked to put an estimate on Bitcoin's value in the coming months and years, Novogratz prefaced his take by stating, "The herd is coming." Oh, what did I say? What did I say just last month? I said we're in a 6 to 7 month sweet zone, sweet period right now, because around February or March of next year, the big boys are going to come. When Bitcoin gets past $10,000 per coin, it's game over. It's going to shoot to like 30,000, 40, 50,000 almost overnight. It's going to explode. The big boys are going to be coming. He says the herd. This is the sweet spot right now, guys. We got to take advantage of this. Let me repeat what he's saying. Asked to put an estimate on Bitcoin's value in the coming months and years, Novogratz prefaced his take by stating, "The herd is coming," referencing several institutional investors getting into Bitcoin, a decentralized cryptocurrency traditionally popular with the everyday retail investor. He went on to predict, "I'm pretty confident to say it's going higher. It would not surprise me if in the next 6 to 10 months, we are over $10,000. Novogratz was asked if Bitcoin's value gains constituted a bubble, to which he replied in the affirmative while implying that it isn't necessarily a bad thing. Historically, manias or bubbles happen around things that fundamentally change the way we live. If it's the railroad bubble or the internet bubble, it really changed the way we live. He stated, this blockchain revolution, this decentralized revolution is going to change the way we live. We've gone from it being an experiment to implementing. Remember, this isn't new. This has been going on since 2009. He added, 10 or 15 years from now, blockchain and decentralized systems will be everywhere. Yes, it's a bubble. It's going to be the great manias of all time. Bitcoin happens to be the bellwether of this entire decentralized revolution. It's the easiest way people can get exposure to it. Bitcoin probably runs the hardest, but things like Ethereum will be the public utility of this new space. We've split our bets and we're betting on a lot of other ICOs as well. Nova Grassi, okay, I'm going to stop there because he says it's a bubble. But listen to the way he says it's a bubble. When others are calling it a bubble, they're saying it in a bubble in a negative way, meaning everybody's going to lose. What this guy is saying, it's a bubble of opportunity. Because even if a bubble collapses, we made a whole lot of money and we have revolutionized and changed the world. And we are splitting our bets, not just with Bitcoin, but other ICOs. See the difference between a Harvard professor and a billionaire? Novogratz hasn't been shy in making price predictions for cryptocurrencies. Earlier in June, the billionaire investor claimed the entire cryptocurrency market cap could reach over $5 trillion in 5 years. Okay, let's put this in perspective. $5 trillion in 5 years. Right now, it's about, what, $160 billion market cap? I haven't looked at it lately since it just rose. What that the total cap, oh, it's 163 billion total cap as of right now. And how many Bitcoin millionaires have been generated? This is a penny compared to $5 trillion. You understand that? Think of a big conference table. That conference table represents $5 trillion. Slap 1 penny on the table. That's the cryptocurrency market as it is today. Think of how much money is going to be generated in the next 5 years. Don't you want your piece of that? Just 1 crumb will set your family free for life. 5 trillion. It's like counting the stars in the sky. You can't. This is why I'm so excited and why we are where we are. Let's go on to say, oh yeah, that's the end of that. I want to also, Harry Flynn sent me something. Again, because we are celebrating right now Bitcoin at its highest price it has ever been. But he sent me something called 4 near-term catalysts to send Bitcoin over $5,000. Now, he sent this to me 2 days ago, okay? This is before Bitcoin was over $5,000. He sent this to me 2 days ago. In recent weeks, Bitcoin has rallied from below $3,000 in mid-September to over $4,600 as of this publishing time. So as the time of what I'm reading to you, Bitcoin was at $4,600. What could take it further? Forbes highlights these 4 key catalysts that could take it well beyond $5,000 in the near future. Little did they know near future was 2 days later. 2 days later, it has jumped It has jumped $700 in 2 days. China reverses cryptocurrency ban. That hasn't even happened. The ban may be temporary to appease international agencies and hardcore communist members ahead of the upcoming Communist Party convention. This could happen very soon. Okay, the reason why they're talking about China is Bitcoin did reach $5,000 before. China decided to ban all ICOs and then want to ban cryptocurrency exchanges. Well, what happened, the price plummeted all the way down to like $3,200 because of that. So what Forbes is saying is if China reverses, then it's going to regain the confidence and that's going to gain back. But guess what? It went to $5,300 and that part hasn't happened yet. So if this still happens, the price is going to go up even higher. Let's go to the next one. Potential financial crisis. A financial crisis which could make Bitcoin the safe haven asset as investors flee financial assets. A financial crisis typically occurs every 8 to 10 years, and 8 years have already elapsed since the last crisis in 2008 and 2009. Deutsche Bank's latest report warns that a number of areas of the global financial system look at extreme levels, and the $7 trillion debt increase in Trump's latest tax plan could be one of the triggers for a sell-off. This hasn't happened yet. Yet Bitcoin still went to $5,300. So that's two things that can still push it even higher. Let's look at number 3. Increased North Korean tensions. There's the prospect of a regional war beginning either in North Korea or the South China Sea, which would disrupt global trade, or in the Middle East, where Saudi Arabia and Iran are moving closer to an open war. All right, we already know right now Donald Trump is talking about repealing the Iran deal, getting rid of it. And if he does that, that's going to put us back on, red alert, because Iran will then continue to move forward with developing their nuclear weapons. He's already stated in North Korea that time will tell on what we're about to do with them and that we'll wipe them off the map. The problem with that mentality, even if this is the reason why, and I hate to go into politics, but you must understand geopolitics because it is going to affect our money. There's a reason why George Bush, Bill Clinton, and Obama, even though it was in their right to do so, did not attack North Korea. Yes, we can wipe them off the map, but there's consequences to doing so. One consequence is North Korea has the ability to wipe Seoul, South Korea, off the map. Millions and millions of people there gone. North Korea has the ability now, since they've already fired 2 missiles over Japan, of launching nukes at Japan. Can you imagine Japan for the second time getting hit with nuclear weapons? The only nation that's going to ever happen to a second time? And what that's going to do to the world markets, because Japan is a huge financial market for the world. Millions and millions of people are dead. So now we've got a humanitarian crisis on Japan, South Korea, and North Korea that its neighbors are going to have to deal with. There's a reason why both Republicans and Democrats just let the little rocket man in the north play cowboys and Indians, whatever he's doing up there. Let him be. He can't hurt us right now unless he strikes first. But the result will be the same. If he strikes first, he gets wiped out. If we strike first, he still wipes out the cities he was going to strike in the first place. But those rules don't seem, or concerns apply to Trump. Trump just may do it. And if that happens, that is also going to disrupt global trade, and it's also going to push Bitcoin higher. But it hasn't happened yet. So that's 3. And here's the 4th. Investment by a major Wall Street institution. What did I just read you right now? Billionaire Wall Street mogul has put $150 million of his own money. Why? Because they're going to start a $500 million crypto hedge fund. 2 days later, this is already happening. So let's scratch that part off, because it is happening right now. Investment by major Wall Street institution. There's the prospect of an endorsement by a major Wall Street institution, which would increase awareness among investors, helping the demand for Bitcoin to cross the tipping point and reach cascade. So yeah, what did Novgorod already say? He said the herd is coming. So I'm going to end right now because I've been talking for a while, and I need to get our Monday morning, what day? Thursday morning started. It's 9:30 for me. This is happening, guys. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe in it or not, whether you understand it or not, whether you think it's a scam or not is irrelevant. Your opinion is irrelevant. What you think is irrelevant. You may not think that or understand how gravity works, but yet we still stand on the ground. It's a law. This is happening anyway. And you have a choice to make. You can choose to get involved and get in the game right now and change your family tree, or you can choose to sit on the sidelines and watch and continue living life the way you currently are right now. Most people on this Thursday morning woke up, they rushed in rush hour traffic to go to a job they don't like, to work with people they can't stand, to eat lunch at 12 when they're hungry at 11, to ask for permission to go to the bathroom as if they are a child, knowing that they're going to do this for 40 years of their lives, to retire broke depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65, to have no savings, no 401k, no retirement, no hope, and at best maybe become a Walmart greeter at 72 years old. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, yet expecting a different result. Take a risk. Step out and do something different. Get ahead of the game for once in your life. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. Your life can radically change within 60 days of a decision that you make. Radically, and I say this from experience because it's happened to me multiple times, and it's happening to me right now. But you have to get in the game. Get back to whoever is sharing this live with you, because if they're involved in crypto, it doesn't matter what company or what program they're in, people are making money in it. You want to get in the game as well. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I'm going to get something to eat, take a quick nap, and then I'm going to head out and do some things. We made a lot of money today, and I'm excited about it. See you guys all. Will I do a late night? I've got a presentation tonight. Yeah, I probably will do a late night crypto tonight to see how Bitcoin, went today. We'll see how high it goes before it retracts. And it will retract. All right? If it gets up to like $5,600, $5,700, it will retract later and it'll come back down to maybe $4,800, $4,900. It's just the name of the game. It's how it works. So enjoy your day. See you all tonight. God bless. Bye-bye.